they teased a figure that I really think would be interesting to a lot of collectors. But I want to hear people's thoughts on this because I have seen the Flash, and I don't think the panelists here have seen the Flash yet. I know Kiko said he's probably going to see it sometime soon. Javier, same kind of deal. We don't know when exactly, but Hot Toys has teased a Supergirl from the Flash film, which I think people are really excited about. I'm really interested to hear the chat's thoughts and, of course, the panel's thoughts on this one. I do not want to spoil the film at all for you guys, and I will not. I did not love The Flash. I thought it was really bad. I didn't like it. There are some things I like about it, but overall, I found it to be a very disappointing experience. That said, Supergirl, I also found to be a very disappointing character. There's a lot I think that they want to do with her, but again, I will not spoil anything, but just doesn't end up getting a chance to do that much. But the actress was great. I thought the character was had some potential, but that said, we'll see what shakes out with Supergirl. So, Kiko, I want to ask you, Hot Toys teased the Supergirl here from The Flash. What do you think? Is this going to be something that collectors care about? Should they care about this? What are your thoughts?
It's a loaded question on should they care, because I'm never going to tell a collector not to care about something.
Do it.
Especially for, well, no, I mean, it's just for as much of a dry spell of DC figures that we were offered, or collectors were offered over the past 12 months, you better care that a DC figure not named Batman was announced, because don't pre-order it or don't go all in, and all you'll get is more Batmans, if that's your thing. And then you can sit there and complain about how you don't like the Batmans that come out, even though I still stand by the fact that blue-cowled Christian Bale Batman is going to be an absolute stunning piece, Will, that I can't wait for you to absolutely love and fall.
I'm going to see it in person, bro. I'm going to see it in person.
You absolutely will. So with this I think this has a much better chance of being made than some of the other teases, for one reason. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but sex sells. This is an attractive figure, and people want to have a good representation of attractive person, I think. Now, granted, all those Black Widows just sit there, all the time, but I think there's too many of them. This is the first offering of something like this. But, I mean, I do think this will be an offering because it caters to the weirdos that are really into it just because it's hot. It caters to it caters to them. It caters to the completionists. It caters to the Superman fans. It caters to the women. It caters to everybody. There's a lot of boxes it checks, and I think, depending on just this tease alone, I think it looks pretty good, in all honesty. Now, is it going to have that staying power to where the InArt is going to get the license? Because I know some people are like, oh, do you think InArt is going to touch any of the Flash figures? Bitch, they didn't even touch the figures they got right now. So I don't think they're going to get to those. So all that to say is, should you care about this? If you're a DC person, I think you probably should, because I don't want to hear you complaining about how they never put anything out and then you don't order anything when they actually do. That's the one thing I would say.
Yeah. And I think, Cameron, you make a very valid point here, because I do think, look, I mean, this is something we talked about with a couple of the J&D statues. And this is something that, I've even talked to different people about, retailers and whatever the case may be. And they've pretty much confirmed that it is a thing. Like, there are companies that literally will make these characters, the female ones, because they know that some guys will buy them, because they are attractive females, right? And again, if that's your style, do your thing, right? As long as you're not doing
knocking that at all,
like some weird shit to the figures. Other than that, you're fine, right? So, but short of that, I mean, that is a factor. And look, if that's, if you just want to admire the figure, then by all means, be my guest. But it's one of those things where that is a factor. But I will say, for the completionists, like you said, Kiko, and the comic fans, this is a pretty cool looking character, and a pretty cool character that I think, again, I don't know if they did enough with in this specific film, but maybe there's future installments or endeavors where this character could become more important, right? That said, I do think people will care about this, and I do think that they do, because of those factors. Like, it's something that we haven't seen before from Hot Toys, and it's a unique figure because a different type of super person, Superwoman, Supergirl. So that said, Javier, what do you think about this? Should collectors care about this Supergirl here? I do think this Flash film is going to be very polarizing. I think you're going to get two very wide range, wide spectrum, basically. I think you're going to get people who absolutely love it and people who hate it. I think you're going to get some maybe in between, but you're going to get a lot of polar opposites. What do you think, Javier?
I am very excited for this. I'm not a DC collector like at all, but I am very excited just for more DC figures and also Latino representation in the Hot Toys like figure
That's
lineup,
great.
which I'm
Yeah.
very excited for. Sasha Kaye, I've seen her before in other works. She used to, do some shows back, I think, in CBS and everything. So more Colombian representation, that to me is always a good thing. I love seeing that we are getting a Supergirl in the DC EU as a figure. If it gets announced, I just hope that Howard Chan doesn't give her like single jointed elbows or something like that, right? But I do hope that this figure comes out, because to me, I feel we are missing a little bit more representation on that side of just, I guess, like more ethnicities or more of a different variety in characters of actors and actresses. So I'm excited for this, and also I think for the completionists, like Kiko and you said, you get Supergirl, you get Keaton Batman, and you get the Flash. The three of the main characters of the second to last DCEU movie. I think it's going to be, something that people want to complete. Yeah, you could always get the pairing of Keaton and the Flash, but I mean, most of the promotional art that I've seen, you see the three of them. And I feel, if Hot Toys just does two of the three, that's just another incomplete team that Hot Toys hasn't done. And we already have way too many of those personally. So I think I'm okay.
Yeah,
But
I
yes,
think I think you're right on, and I think honestly, I do hope they make a Zod. I think that would be pretty cool.
Another Zod would be great.
Yeah, making. I mean, I knew that Zod was like the ultimate bargain bin. Like people were selling that figure for like Stanley Barber prices. I mean, it got pretty low at one point, but it's still a good looking figure from what I've seen. I forget his henchwoman's name. She's pretty cool though. I really liked her. She's obviously in the film, so there's some cool stuff. So, and yeah, multiple Flashes. Obviously, this could be something Hot Toys explores, but I don't think this is going to get the Shazam treatment. I think they are going to make this. I think this is going to get made, but it does beg the question though. Why does this get made? I guess because it's Superwoman, but not Miss Marvel or some of the other figures like that. Like Miss Marvel, we thought, oh, maybe it's like a teenage girl body. They'd have to make a new body. They just didn't want to do it. They made Kate Bishop, right?
Right.
And they
Let me ask you this. This is an honest question.
Yeah.
Is the girl under 18? Because I know the girl that played America Chavez is, and that's why we didn't get her, because they can't make likenesses of children.
Ooh. I don't know about the age.
We could look it up. Yeah. We could look it up and see. Can they not make likenesses of children?
Well, I don't know. That's the thing, is that do you want to, as a company, do you want to deal with the rights of, children essentially when you're making your products and basing all those things and having to deal with royalties? And then once they turn 18, you have to change all those things. So I know that America Chavez wasn't made because she's under 18. I think she's like 16, 17 years old or whatever like that.
Right.
I think the girl that plays Kamala Khan is under 18 as well. And if that be the case, that would explain that potentially. And we obviously know that, I don't know.
Yeah, that is a very valid point. That's a very valid point, and I'm wondering if that would be the case. But I guess since he's older now, but if they're going to make Hot Toys kind of teased, remember Harry Potter? Like if they were going to make a Daniel Radcliffe when he was a kid, I guess does it matter? Like he's not a kid anymore, but I guess it's a little bit different. I don't know. See, there's some legalities there that we just are not privy to. But I will say that that's a really valid point, Kiko, and that could explain why.
She's 20.
Oh, so we'd be good then. Yeah. So we'd be good.
Yeah.
She's 20 now.
Well, yeah, she's 20 now. So Aman Vellani, maybe when Aman Vellani is 20 years old. She just had a birthday in August, or will have a birthday in August. So she'll be 21. She was born in 2002. So maybe when they were filming it and getting the rights that she was under 18. I don't know. I don't know. That's just something I'm wondering about.
Right. Good point.
Yeah. It could be that. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for your thoughts on Supergirl. I'm excited to see. I mean, look, I'm glad that the community is going to support a figure like Supergirl, because I think a lot of people are going to want it, and like Anthony Javier said, like it is representation, and it's also it's going to be a cool figure. It's going to be a unique type of Superman, Supergirl, whatever. Like it's going to be pretty interesting, and it's not Batman. Like Kiko and I've talked about on the show a ton. I've been tracking everything. Like almost every single DC release to the T has been a Batman figure this year, or a Batman villain or whatever, right? So it's good to see something a little bit different. So yeah, I don't know.
I hope they make a Blue Beetle.
Blue Beetle looks freaking great. Blue Beetle looks absolutely great, bro. I can't
If
wait.
they
for
make
that.
a Blue Beetle, man, that's gonna.
I think the movie's
I'm
gonna
gonna
be
have to
good.
figure something out.
I think the
Yeah,
movie's
no,
gonna be
the
good.
trailer looks incredible, man. Like,
Mhm.
and I love the actor. I love Cobra Kai as a series. So
Oh,
fingers
okay. See, I
crossed that
haven't
he
watched
does.
Cobra Kai, but I need to.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
I need to. All right, guys. Well, let's go ahead and move on to our next topic.